is a stillness that lives between us, a soft breath that holds all the words we never need to say. It burns like quiet fire beneath the skin, a flame that refuses to fade though the world turns cold around it. I have known grand rooms filled with gold and echoing names, yet nothing gleams the way your eyes do when they meet mine in secret places. You remind me that the heart is its own kingdom, that love's crown is not worn but felt, and that the truest vow is made not in ceremony but in silence. You are the warmth I hide beneath my royal calm, the forbidden ember that makes me feel alive when duty asks me to be stone. Every glance between us is a promise disguised as breath, and I wonder if eternity will ever be enough to hold the quiet fire we keep. The nights grow long with waiting, but even distance bends before devotion. I walk through the marble corridors of my life, where portraits of ancestors watch from their gilded frames, and I think how none of them knew this kind of ache, gentle, endless, holy. When the moonlight drips across my floor, I see your reflection in it, as if the night itself carries your memory to me. You live in the hush before dawn, in the hush that follows my laughter, in the hush that belongs only to us. I whisper your name into my pillow, and though the walls cannot speak, they seem to sigh in answer. What we share does not shout. It burns, steady and sovereign, beneath all else I am expected to be. Sometimes I dream of us walking where the world cannot find us. A small village, perhaps, where no one knows of crowns or treaties. In that place, I am only a girl, with wind in her hair and your hand in hers. No guards, no titles, only the tender pulse of something unbreakable. But even when I wake to the weight of my world, that dream lingers like perfume on my soul. I have learned to carry love quietly, like a secret jewel hidden beneath velvet, glittering only when the heart dares to open. You have become my rebellion and my prayer, my forbidden hymn and my reason to breathe deeper. Sometimes I think love was never meant to be declared from balconies, but written in the air between two souls who understand its language without sound. Each time you look at me, the world becomes simpler. All that noise, the councils, the ceremonies, the voices demanding who I should be, fades until only your gaze remains, a compass pointing home. I never thought love could make me both fierce and soft, but with you I am both sword and bloom, flame and hush. I carry you through the halls where no one would dare to speak your name, yet you live in every heartbeat that betrays my calm. They call me royal, but I have never felt more noble than when I loved you. This fire between us asks for nothing loud, only to burn faithfully in the shadows, untouched by the wind of what must be. There are moments when I almost reach for you, even in public, forgetting the eyes that measure everything I do. My fingers twitch with memory, the way your touch felt like truth, the way time bent when you smiled. It frightens me how natural it feels to belong to you when the world insists I must belong to no one. And yet, I would rather live one honest heartbeat beside you than 1,000 empty lifetimes of decorum. You have undone me with gentleness, as if love were an art practiced in silence. I think of you when the courtiers speak of alliances, when my crown grows heavy, when my reflection looks back at me and I can no longer tell where duty ends and desire begins. Sometimes I walk through the gardens after dusk, barefoot, so I can feel the earth beneath me. Something real, something like your touch. The roses bloom like confessions, sweet and dangerous, their scent carrying me back to you. I imagine you there, waiting beneath the arbor, your breath warm as the night folds around us. The stars become witnesses to the truth we cannot speak, and the moon hangs low as if keeping our secret. Even the air trembles with the things I wish I could say. I do not need promises, I only need presence. The knowledge that somewhere you are thinking of me too, that this quiet fire has not dimmed for you either. You once told me that silence was not the absence of sound, but the fullness of feeling too deep for words. I carry that with me now, like scripture. When I stand before the people, reciting rehearsed lines, my voice steady and clear, I know that every syllable is touched by the warmth of your memory. They see a princess, but you see the girl beneath the crown, the one who hides letters between her heartbeat and her sighs. What you gave me is not love as the world defines it. It is love in its purest rebellion, sacred and unspoken. Sometimes I think heaven must envy us, for what is eternity compared to one stolen glance that feels infinite? When loneliness tries to claim me, I close my eyes and remember your voice. Low, patient, tender. It lives in me like a lullaby that only my heart knows how to hum. I have learned to find you in the smallest things, the scent of rain on stone, the flicker of a candle, the hush before thunder. Even when we are oceans apart, I feel you as if you were the pulse beneath my wrist. It is strange how something unseen can feel more real than the crown upon my head. You have become my quiet truth, the proof that love does not need to be declared to be alive. It just needs to keep burning, steady, faithful, and free. The world teaches me to hide my heart, to guard it behind walls of grace and ceremony, but you have taught me courage without battle. I do not need armor when I think of you. Your love has made me both fragile and indestructible. Fragile because I feel everything now. Indestructible because I know what it means to be truly known. I used to think love would arrive with grand gestures and music, but now I know it comes softly, like a candle lit in a dark room, changing everything without a sound. And even if the world never learns of what we have, I will carry this quiet fire within me, loyal as the stars. Sometimes I imagine years from now, when my hair turns silver and the world calls me wise, I will still remember the way your laughter felt like sunrise. Perhaps by then our names will be part of history's whisper, but the flame will live on in some hidden corner of time, still burning for us. I will smile then, knowing that once I loved in secret, but with a purity the world could not touch. You have shown me that real love is not possession. It is persistence. It is what remains when everything else fades. The quiet fire we keep has no end, because it was never made of worldly things. It was made of soul. And so, even now, as I sit beneath the weight of duty, I feel you here. Not beside me, but within me, alive in every breath that trembles against my lips. There will always be crowns and courts and expectations, but only one love like ours, quiet yet unyielding, tender yet eternal. The world may never know the story written in the pauses between our words, but that is its beauty. It belongs only to us.